Good evening, YouTube, and any followers I might have. Welcome back to the old 78 GS 550 update. So it's been about 10 days or so. I had to wait on another shipment of stuff to come because if you remember from the last video, the front sprocket nut was gone and washer. Discovered that during a basic routine maintenance, was checking everything, looking at everything, so on. And my brother told me, hey, you need to check that front sprocket nut, make sure it's tightened up or whatever. So did so, and it's gone. So got back online, found them. This is the washer. It's goes over the splined shaft, holds tight against the, or it doesn't hold tight, but holds against the sprocket, and through all the literature and everything, it says it won't hold the sprocket tight. It's supposed to fit snugly against there, but there will be some play in it. So got the nut, and it took about 10 days to get here, but it's here. So I am inclined to believe, in my very unprofessional opinion, that this nut is not going to work onto those threads, because those threads are they appear to be pretty damaged. Now, I'll tell you right up front, I did not clean off the threads or anything like that. I just pulled it out, was in such shock that it wasn't there. I was like, oh, well, that's cute. So this washer goes on like so. Actually, I think I got it backwards. You see it's dished. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. It's got a dish in it. So it goes on like so. Holds against the splines. And the nut, which I am certain is not going to thread on there. Probably. Wait a minute. Okay, guys, I can't believe this, but the nut is actually threading on there. Wow. The nut actually threads on there. I cannot believe this. Those looked pretty chewed up. It's a 1.25 inch, by the way. And I don't have a socket that big, so we're going to do it the old way here. Big open end wrench. Wow, it's actually threading on there. I cannot believe it actually threads on there. So all my brother had to do when he had this bike was order the nut and the washer. The nut cost me $2.16. The washer cost me, I think, $1.50, and it was like $10 to ship them. And ta-da! It's sorry about the camera work. I'm trying to do this one-handed and tighten the nut up. Amazing. That's what it's supposed to look like. So now the sprocket can't come off. Ten days later, waiting on USPS and the company I ordered from, Babbitt's Online, which has been really good to work with. I don't know how tight this is supposed to be. I'm sure there's a torque spec. We just tightened it down, and wow, she's got no slop. So I think the literature that I read was actually wrong, because I'm using the term literature very loosely because it was an online blog, and there was quite a few, quote, motorheads that had done a lot of this mechanical work stuff, but if you put the washer on correctly so it recesses on the splines, it's dished for this nut. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple to see. And the nut actually has a concave recess on the back side, so it grabs out and sets flush out here. So it only makes sense to me, because I am fairly mechanically inclined, that this is the correct way it goes on there. If you have any feedback, leave the comments below, I guess. But it's on and it's tight, and that's amazing. So, at any rate, we're going to put all this back together, clean it all up, put it all back together and stuff, and then we still have to change the fuel line, which is in the other box up there. So I still got to change the fuel line, clean out the carburetors, clean the jets, make sure there's nothing gummed up in there, and we're going to get the old Zook, old Susie, we're going to get her fired back up. I know it'll start. That's never an issue. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited that that went on there. So Michael, if you're watching, see, all you had to do is order that. Brand new bolt, brand new dot. I think total it cost me $16 shipped. So, and it's on there and it's tight. And I'm sure there's a torque spec that I'll look up later and come back and redo it, but it's pretty amazing that that's there. So off to the next thing, and then maybe we'll have some time to work on her tomorrow. I've got a couple big jobs tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I will or not, but I'll get this cover put back on, get the clutch reassembled back in there and stuff, and everything done there, and we'll see how she performs then. So until next time, you guys be safe, keep both wheels on the ground, keep the shiny side up, and enjoy life, man. Life's too short. Don't take it for granted. Have a good night, guys.